Good morning, sports fans, or good afternoon, depending where you are in the country, good evening, depending where you are in the world, or afternoon, morning, whatever time it is for you. Welcome back, y'all. The defining moment has returned, and this time, after saying this about 1,000 times before, for good. That's right, y'all. Welcome back. We are here. The defining moment has reared its head, thankfully. And after so many awesome career moves, so many great things going down, well, I gotta get this show back on air. There's no way. We can celebrate our 9th anniversary at IE Sports Radio, and there's no way that I'm not gonna do this freaking show. I love this show so much, and it's been a part of me for so many years. Yes, I've been doing lots of amazing things that God has called me to do in life, the teaching and the whole bit, but man, I just gotta get back on here and talk to sports at a minimum of 1 hour a week, right? That's what we do here at IE Sports Radio. So, with that said, oh my goodness, how about them Stars? They finally got a game. Finally! I mean, their fans must have been thinking, last night, this is it. This is elimination, right? But no, they fought back in overtime, earned that thing, and pushed a Game 5 on Saturday. Speaking of a team who's been pushing games, the Celtics, my goodness, the Boston Celtics were dead in the water on Tuesday. Much like the Lakers actually were dead in the water on Monday. Regardless, the Celtics pulled one out and made it happen. Thursday night, well, last night was a good one as they would do it yet again. Both times winning by double digits. Well, the series will shift back to Miami tomorrow night. What's going down? We're going to find out. Will the Heat close this thing out, or will the Celtics claw their way back into this to make it actually happen? We shall see. Also, the NCAA softball regionals, the Super Regionals have been awesome. Last night, 2 games we got to watch. Florida State got down, so did Oregon. I'm sorry, did I say that? Oklahoma State beat down Oregon. So, plenty more action coming your way today on the Super Regionals. Also, some NHRA talk. Route 66 Nats just ended. The biggest weekend in motorsports coming up, Memorial Day weekend, coming on in just about 48 hours. Actually, a little bit less, and so much more. NCAA lacrosse. The championships are here. Lots of MLB talk coming your way. MLS, NWSL, and WNBA. What you want, we got it. Right here on The Defining Moment with me, your boy Larry B. Right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome, sports fans. My goodness, it has been too long, right? Well, we are back at it, and I'll tell you, what a great day for the show to really make its full return. I know, I keep on saying return, right? So as of right now, the summer break is coming up. as a teacher, and I'm getting, oh my gosh, so many great ideas for the show during the summer. So the show will certainly be around for the next, 8 weeks or so. Of course, when school starts back up, I'll find a good time for it, but I will not abandon the show again. I know, it's been crazy, but, your crazy boy Larry B over here doing all he can in 1 hour to get every bit of sports talk out there. Oh, it's fun. It's a blast. I need lots of coffee to do this. So that's what I'm doing. If you heard the Sports Club Perspectives with my beautiful wife Cecilia and I last week, I'm sipping on that Tanzanian coffee, that crazy strong acidic coffee that really gets you hyped up. So I'll be drinking some of that today during the show. And then, of course, you can catch both of us tonight again at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Sports Club Perspectives. We're going to be talking about Memorial Day weekend, have our special guest, Mr. Daryl Kinsey Jr., talking about double duty. What happens when a driver is like, you know what, one race for me is not enough in one weekend. Memorial Day weekend, I want to race both the most legendary race there could ever be, the Indy 500, and the Coca-Cola 600, which is actually NASCAR's longest race of the season. I want to race 1,100 miles today. That sounds fun, right? Well, a couple drivers have done that. Only one has been successful in completing that. Daryl will talk with Cecilia and I about that tonight. It is going to be awesome. Make sure to tune in for that one. Of course, lots of great shows going on. It's the first one of today. Coming up after me today, we have the SoCal Spring Sports Show coming up in just about, under an hour, with Mr. Terry Rodriguez, covering lots of SoCal sports, talking about those sorry Lakers, which I'll be getting into in just a little bit. And, talking lots of SoCal coming up later on today, of course. 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, Carolina Cast with Mr. John Felipe, all your things Carolina. Tough go for those Canes. Man, what a rough go for those guys. But we'll hear more about that with John coming up later on today. As I already mentioned, the Sports Club Perspectives with my beautiful wife Cecilia and I. 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then finishing off the night. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He is not going live tonight. He will be back next week, Mr. Mike Pat, with Let's Whine About DMV Sports. He's taking this week off. Well-deserved, good sir. And, we will see you next week, or I guess next month, in June. So really excited for that. So anyway, guys, we are going to rock and roll and move on into our sports talk for the day. And I just want to start things off by saying, my goodness, the NFL is awesome. Sorry, the NFL. The NHL is awesome. My mind's already in football, as you can see. Isn't it great? We have the NHL season, which has been awesome. One team is through, and, the other is not. They're getting kind of a little pushback from the team they're facing. Two teams went into this thing, into both conference finals, and, man, it was domination from the start. The Panthers just had their way. There was no way they weren't going to win this, guys. The Panthers, take a look at this year, how well the Panthers have played. I mean, they finished in the East, of course. They finished fourth, guys, in the Atlantic, in the East. And 82 games played, of course, 42-32 on the year. This team really has had... They've been through the ringer. They started off, of course, they would take on those Bruins. They would be the team to knock off the Bruins. Everyone thought, including me, the Bruins were going to absolutely destroy the Panthers because they destroyed everybody else. If your team, doesn't lose double digits until April, yeah, you would expect that team to kind of dominate everybody they face in the playoffs, right? Wrong. Not the Bruins. Man, rough go for that team, winning the President's Trophy, and unfortunately couldn't get it done in the playoffs, making an early exit. The Panthers getting it done, and they won this thing in a crazy Game 7 in overtime. But ever since then, man, the Panthers have been like, look, if we can beat that team, we can beat pretty much anybody we want to. All right, and why I say pretty much, because it's not over yet. But then they would take on the Maple Leafs, and yeah, no challenge for them. There was one game, they went 4-1. They would win in Game 5, and here they are taking on the Hurricanes. This should be a good game, right? The Hurricanes were a decent team this year, right? They were. Unfortunately, though, tomorrow for the Canes, they would not have enough power to get through these Panthers, and the dang Panthers, hashtag time to hunt, they got it done, earning this one 4-0, y'all. Sweep. Break out the brooms. The Panthers move on to the Stanley Cup final, and that's all she wrote in the East. But in the West, it's been a little bit of a different story. The Golden Knights have been probably one of the most awesome teams to watch over the last couple of years since they were in the league, right? Since they first became in the league. Their very first year, they nearly got all the way there, guys. They would have been the first team ever in like a major franchise, besides the Houston Dynamo, I believe, in the MLS. They went back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, in 06 and 07, or when it is. But I'll tell you right now, this team is awesome. This Golden Knights team is awesome. Here they are now, taking care of business. They would start things out, of course, getting it done, man. They would start things off just blowing holes in the NHL this year, playing extremely well. This is such a good team, man. They finished 51-22 this year, and when they would make their entrance into the playoffs, they would take on the Jets. And I'll tell you right now, we got a chat in the, what's going on, Mr. Terran Rodriguez? So, in the chat, appreciate you for tuning in, y'all. And, well, with that said, we have ourselves quite the show ahead of us today, just getting into the NHL. Okay, the Golden Knights. My goodness. Okay, I've been cheering for the Golden Knights, but I've been cheering for the Kraken too. I love these new teams that can come in and dominate. Like, seriously, they're awesome, right? And when the Golden Knights would make their entrance into the playoffs, the Jets would be their first foe. But it wouldn't be much of a foe, because in 5 games, the Golden Knights would blow through them. Okay, next round, the Golden Knights would take on the Oilers. It was a little bit tougher, okay, than the Jets, but down go the Oilers in 6, the Golden Knights advance. The Golden Knights would then go ham. They would go hard, all right? They would get it done. 3 games, just kaboom. Okay? 3 games. And what happens in Game 4? Just when you think this Vegas team was going to get the clean sweep, the Stars last night pulled off an amazing game. 3-2 final score in overtime last night in Texas. The series will now shift back to Vegas. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I'm almost positive they're going to close this thing out. They may have that Celtics luck, the luck of the Irish, okay? But I don't know. I don't think the Celtics are going to do anything either, honestly. But regardless, you guys, the Stars have been a great team this year. They're not done yet, but the Golden Knights, I just think there's too much there. And it may have sparked something. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see a reverse sweep here, like the Celtics fans are hoping for. But the Stars, I don't think they're going to get it. The Golden Knights look strong, and I would love to see a Golden Knights and Panther final. Now, maybe eating my words, which is fine, but as of right now, that's what I'm thinking. So, Game 5 coming up tomorrow evening. It's going to be a good one. Stars at the Vegas Golden Knights. Oh my goodness, the drama has been great, right? And might as well just jump right into the NBA because, man, it has been awesome. I'll tell you, we have had some great playoffs, right? And good afternoon here to Mr. Mike C in the chat room. Glad to have you here, brother, here for the Celtics talk. Yeah, a team that I hate so much. But, of course, hey, got to make it neutral to everybody here. And they have played amazing. The Celtics have, this year, the Celtics, we could start with them. I really thought this team was going to be a lot better than they were on even the regular season. That roster of theirs is really good. And there's so much with this team. There's so much that this team possesses. And it blows my mind. Like with the Lakers, I really thought this year they would have an amazing year. And what happened? You know what I mean? Like, they woke up in the start of the playoffs, but the Lakers were in the play-in tournament, y'all. At that point in time, I didn't think the Lakers would even get into the playoffs at all. But they did. And, well, they fell short. They fell very short to the Nuggets, and good riddance. That's their fault. They didn't want to play when it mattered most. But the Celtics, they kind of looked like that was the same exact deal. They kind of looked like they had their back against the wall, and they were just going to fall apart too. Wrong. The Celtics, with that Boston grit, woke up the other night, and boy, it was a good one. The Heat, man, the Heat really played very well for those first 3 games, but the Celtics facing elimination and weren't letting it happen. The Heat this year, finishing off in that Eastern Conference, they were the 8th seed, you guys. I mean, they weren't even near the top moving into this, and I think everyone forgets that, right? The Heat, they came into this thing, and, well, it was there, and, stop it, Terrence, I disagree that the Lakers were going to be all that great this year, but look, being real, the Lakers had look at that roster, look at what they got. Reeves has really been coming a long way. I thought the Lakers were going to be very, very, very good this year. They looked like it. They had so much there, and then they just looked terrible. And at that point in time, I'm like, okay, I see who this team really is. But going into the season, my goodness, I had high hopes this year for the Lakers. I'll be real with you, after how they played in the regular season, they exceeded my expectations. That's why I'm not so mad that they lost. They turned into the team that they really were versus the Nuggets. Let's be real. You know, they did. They did. And that's who they are. That's their identity. And that's it. So, yeah, absolutely, Taryn. That's who this team really was all along. But it's really hard to say that they didn't look like a very good team going into the season. So, I mean, yeah, yeah. But anyway, so looking at this, we have here this Heat team, 8th seed, they barely made it in, and they just woke it up. I mean, you got to love how well this team played. You got to, right? You have to love how well this team played. Play-in tournament, gosh damn it. They played in the dang playoff tournament. I mean, the play-in tournament, just like the Lakers did. And they lost. They lost the first game to the Hawks, you guys. Look, I mean, this team knows what it's like to ball, man. I mean, they fought through that. Then they would get through the Bucks. That was to me, the Bucks losing was not equivalent, but really close. Really, really, really close to, like, the Bruins. Now, the Bruins was a way bigger disappointment. But the Bucks, I mean, man, they were the, number 1 team in the East. Well, number 1 team in basketball, really. And they looked extremely good. Now, I'm telling you, the way Boston played this year, it was hard to see the Bruins lose in the first round of the NHL playoffs. Going to the NBA playoffs, yeah, it was tough seeing the Bucks. But once again, like I said, if I had to pick the bigger surprise, it was going to be it's always going to be the Bruins for this year. So the Heat would take out the Bucks. Wow, talk about David and Goliath, right? Totally knocked them off in 5. Okay, then the Heat would take on the Knicks. Moving forward, the Heat is absolutely awesome for this. Going through these guys, man, it was a tough one because the Knicks would fight so hard. It was a great, great series. The Heat would close it out in 6. Then there were the Celtics. Game 3, Sunday night. Everyone's looking at this going, it's over. It's over. It's done. Including myself. Because I was thinking to myself, like, the Celtics have not played. They looked horrible. Everyone saw the Magic Johnson tweet about, them giving up and everything. Everyone saw that, right? Well, guess what? No. In the great words of Lee Corso from the NCAA, not so fast, because that's exactly what happened, y'all. The Celtics woke it up, getting it done, 116-99 on Tuesday evening. Last night, our boy, man, Mike C was in the house. Could we show him some love, y'all? He was up in the house last night in the Garden, and boy, did those Boston Celtics wake it up again, getting it done, 110-97. How about them Celtics, y'all? That is the team that you thought the Celtics were. I thought this team was good too. I thought the Lakers and the Celtics were on a collision course in October this year. I really thought that these two teams were like, you know what, they look good. They look very good. Watch. Well, guess what? The Lakers weren't, but the Celtics kept it up. And yeah, as Mike C says here in the chat room, well, I got some chats to catch up on, but yeah, Mike C says the Garden was rocking. Yeah, it was, man. The Celtics played well. They played such good basketball last night. It's crazy. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Saturday, I don't know. It's hard for me, and I'm not just being a hater. I feel like the Heat possess a lot there. I still think the Heat will win this thing. Regardless, though, the Celtics deserve this, man. And if there was ever a team that can fight back and do this, it's this team right now. They finally woke up and realized who they are. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to go with the Heat taking this thing, closing out on Saturday or tomorrow. But, man, this is going to be awesome. If it goes to a Game 7 in the Garden, I think the Celtics are going to win this thing. I don't know. But let's go over to the West real quick, and then we're going to take ourselves a break. But going over to the West, man, the Nuggets, yeah, and you say it best here, Taryn, in the chat room. They have to win. The Heat have to win on their home floor, so you're absolutely right. Mike says here, the Heat better kill us Sunday because they ain't winning Saturday, if they come back to Beantown. And I absolutely agree, man. There's something about that Garden. I remember hearing Kobe Bryant talk about that, the late, great Kobe Bryant talking about that in one of his interviews, I think, or hearing him talk in a documentary. Like, it was real. Like, when you see that green for the first time, like, it's there's something about that green. It glows, like, and it's the truth, man. That's a special place to play, and I'll tell you right now, this Celtics team is special, but they have to win this thing in Miami. Of course, they have to win. They have to win out, but that game is so important because they know. And I'm not going to count out the Heat, but if they don't win that game, if the Heat do not win that Game 6, I think the Celtics are going to win this thing. But overall, I'm going to go with the Heat winning tomorrow. I think the Heat they've been through too much this year. They've been through too much crap. The play-in tournament. I mean, it's that old thing that I've heard Tom Brady say one time. We didn't come this far to come this far. So I don't know, but we have ourselves a great battle here in the NBA playoffs right now. So with that said, you guys, we're taking a quick look at the Nuggets. The Nuggets aren't much to look at. The Nuggets are the team that we thought they were, Coach Green, the late great Coach Green. They are who we thought they were. I mean, that's exactly it. They would dominate the West 53-29. This team played so good all year. All right, 53-29 regular season record. Yes, that's if you put that in overall, that's they're 4 games, they're the 4th best team in the NBA. That goes to show you how good the East was. Milwaukee finishing with 58 wins, Boston finishing with 57, and Philly finishing with 54. Then there was the West, where Denver finished with 53 wins. So, yeah. But Denver is who we thought they were. This team is so good. I was cheering so hard for the Lakers because I really thought they would find their identity. They would wake up and get it done, but they didn't. Other than that, the Nuggets, man, yeah, I'm not going to take that away from them. This team plays so good. They play with so much grit. They play with so much fire. Honestly, it's hard for me, especially right now with all the rest they're getting, it's hard for me to say, and here's where all the hate's going to come in. I don't know if Boston or Miami can beat the Nuggets, man. This team is good. So, I don't know. I feel like I should say it here now, but I got to go with the Nuggets overall, no matter what, man. I don't see this team losing to anybody. They're good. They're good. And they're strong. And they're getting rest. And they're good. So, going to the chat real quick before we take our break here. We got, absolutely. Mike C just, talking about how he better get it done on Saturday. Because it's true. The Celtics will win Game 7. Also, let's take a look. Mike C says, he says, Taryn, the Celtics bring this game back to Boston, the building might collapse. Because it'll feel like an earthquake if there's a Game 7, absolutely. What are your thoughts on LeBron hinting at retirement? I'll tell you right now, I learned last week on the most awesome SoCal show you could ever listen to. Listen to it. We got 30 minutes away from the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. Last week, I learned that not only is Bronny James Of course, LeBron James' son going to be playing for my USC Trojans, our USC Trojans, Taryn. Also, Dennis Rodman's son, which is pretty sweet. Didn't know Taryn met him. His son, not Dennis Rodman, as he said in the show. But, yeah, y'all. USC basketball is going to be lit. Even if they do the one and done, man, this year, I really hope SC can get a title this year, man. That's awesome. They got some great players, too, there still right now. So, but you know what, man, look. If LeBron James wants to retire, good for him. Good for him. I'll tell you that right now. Because he deserves it. This man has done so much. He don't need to prove anything else. He doesn't need to do anything else. He's done so much already. He's the all-time scoring leader. Now, he took that from Kareem. I don't think anybody was going to take that from Kareem. And I mean, I'm just telling you right now, this team is so damn good. The Lakers, USC, he's going to want to catch those games. And if LeBron James wants to retire and go watch his son. I know his dream was to play with his son in the NBA, but let his boy go do his thing. And then LeBron can be the father. Kind of like how Brian Urlacher, as we have Adam Karnick here in the chat room. I remember that. It was crazy because Brian Urlacher grew out his hair. He looks like a dad now. I mean, he was this amazing warrior on the football field as a linebacker. It's just, it's you get to that point where it's like, all right, man, I did what I did, and it's good, and I can retire now. And you know what? If LeBron James retire, good sir, thank you for all the great basketball. We loved you. We hated you. Everything was amazing. We loved you, and you have done a great job, man. And you finished off as a Laker, one of the all-time greats. You won a title with the Lakers. Some people, I don't know, people could, I don't know if you're one of the greatest Lakers of all time. It doesn't matter. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and I can say that and be happy. So with that said, you guys, that's going to do it. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we got plenty more action coming your way from the sports world. You are listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back talking plenty more after this.
Hey, sports fans. Are you in the market for Florida sports, or just keeping up with the latest in the Panhandle? Palm Tree Sports is a dedicated audio hub to all things sports in the Sunshine State. We cover current events, big news, heavily favored opinions all across the NFL, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So come check us out every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For a down south education on Florida sports and athletics, it's hosted by yours truly, Corey Pujols, and is powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry B. Bring it to you back here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. It is Friday, well, near afternoon for us West Coasters over here. Currently 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But good afternoon to everybody else in the country. And once again, wherever you're listening, we appreciate you for listening to the podcast version. We appreciate you all. Once again, as always say, every single show, y'all got to take time to say, of course, big shout out to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For without him, nothing is possible. That's right. And of course, big shout out to all of you guys out there, all you listeners, all you fans out there, because without you guys, IE Sports Radio is not possible. We cannot do what we do. And also, I have to say this before we even go any further, and I should have even started out saying this. Thank you to our fallen. May you rest in everlasting peace, in everlasting paradise, because without you, we could not do what we do here at IE Sports Radio, or what we do in our everyday jobs, lives, everything, school, whatever, because you kept us free. Freedom is not free, and you paid the ultimate price. So to our fallen this weekend on Memorial Day, we thank you, and we pray for your families. We pray for you, and we thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice for the greatest country ever, the USA. So we thank you for that. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it now. Moving on in to a little bit. I just want to jump into boxing real quick. Look, a couple weeks ago, Haney fought Lomachenko. Okay, I know. Some of you were like, oh my gosh. I get it. I totally get it. Okay. A lot of people can say that Lomachenko won the fight. Honestly, guys, I see the argument. I see it. I get it. And I understand that Lomachenko may, like Mike C in the chat room, it says here, Lomachenko was robbed. I get it. And I totally understand why people would say that, but Haney fought well, though. And it's a very hard one. Very, 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 very hard fight to score. Okay. Devin Haney, I won't say Haney won this thing, okay, by unanimous decision. Okay, let's see. Will there be a fight number 2? We shall see. But you can't slight Haney. He's a hell of a fighter. The guy can fight, man. And the judges have the final say, right? So let's see if Loma gets it. Okay, Terrence says here, modern days football schedule released. Nice. First schedule, first season without, of course, the legendary Coach Rollins. And so, let's see what they do this year, of course, in SoCal football. That is the, one of the number one high school football programs around the country, you guys, of course, right there in Terrence's neck of the woods in Orange County in Santa Ana, California. Not too far from me over here in the Inland Empire. Mike C says, oh, hell no, body shots in the early rounds won him the fight, not buying it. But here's the hard part, okay? And I'm going to just admit this. I've said this on the air many times. I couldn't stand Floyd Mayweather for such a long time. I really couldn't. And to this day, it's still kind of hard to stand him. But whether you like him or not, because of his, because of the way he carries himself, because he's a champion, guys. He is. Floyd Mayweather, he never lost a fight. And I will call him one of the all-time boxing greats. Floyd Mayweather was a boxer, okay? The art of boxing is to hit and not get hit. The man was a technician. And you cannot, I don't care, you can hate him all you want to. Floyd Mayweather is amazing. And that dude can fight, and he can also dodge. That's the art of boxing. Now, I love brawlers. Okay, I love the Canelo Alvarezes. I like the guys who get hit and don't give a crap and just keep on hitting you. That's my kind of thing. Now, unfortunately, those guys can, sadly, these guys can get some pretty nasty head injuries and everything too. Hopefully, but of course, it's not they don't dodge or anything or block. It's just, once again, this is the brawlers. Sean Porter was that kind of guy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, and I'll always say this, Sean Porter and Keith Thurman 2016 was amazing. I thought Sean Porter won that fight. They give it to one-time Thurman, okay. What I'm saying, I think Porter since then is retired. I don't know about Thurman, but I'll tell you right now, Sean Porter was a brawler. Did that always win him the fights, though? No. So, it's the art of hitting and not getting hit. Haney did a great job of that. Lomachenko does a great job of that. At the end of the day, hey, Loma didn't win it. Haney did. Haney landed the shots. Haney got it done. Haney hit. So, rather see Ward Gotti. Oh, yeah, that would be great coming up. Big ups to Mike in the chat room. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely, man. And gotta say, coming up, though, man, I'm excited for this one. I really am. I'm really, 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 really excited for Teofimo Lopez taking on Josh Taylor coming up for Taylor's WBO Junior welterweight title coming up on June 10th. You already know I'm going to be watching this one. This is going to be a good fight. Also, we get another one, man. We get the one. This is the one that I've been waiting for. Errol Spence Jr. taking on Terrence Crawford. Man, the welterweights are always bumping. I always say, isn't it crazy that back in the day it was all about the heavyweights? Now it's about the welterweights, man. The smaller guys, they're fun to watch, man. A lot of speed. So I'm excited for that one. That's coming up on July 29th. You better believe I'll be watching that one as well. That's a fun one. I have to pay. I don't care if I have to pay for that fight, man. That's going to be a good fight to watch. So lots of great things coming up here in boxing. If you love boxing, make sure you check out, of course, our boy, Mr. Marcus Lowe's Great, bi-weekly here on IE Sports Radio, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Also, I talked some basketball earlier. If you want more basketball talk, Fast Break with Dentarius Locke and Mr. Davison Crooks, Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. And, of course, if you love more hockey talk, Mr. Adam Karnick is the man, him and Mr. Zachary Puplis. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, all the hockey talk you want. So, lots of great stuff here. So, let's go ahead and move forward, though, you guys, and talk a little bit about this NCAA softball tourney. Because, man, those the regionals are great. UCLA, and I found that out by Taryn last week. I was trying to doing a lot last week, but man, dude, like, seriously, UCLA being eliminated was crazy. 52-5 on the season. They got eliminated. What in the crap, right? But they lost, and it is what it is. It's hard. It's very hard to see a team that played that well get eliminated, especially so early. But they did. Yesterday, man, the Super Regional started up. Florida State putting a whooping on Georgia 8-1, and Oklahoma State says, hey, I could do that too, and they did. We could do that too. 8-1, and Oregon was leading, I think, going into the third or the fourth, 1-0. I know it was only 1-0. But the Cowgirls blew it open. We were watching them last night ride around that little pony stick thingy, bullet. That was pretty cool. I think it was one of the girls' birthday or something like that. One of the ladies' birthday, and they had a little party hat on it. But yeah, the Oklahoma State Cowgirls went off 8-1. Hey, all they gotta do is win one more and it's out. They're out. Earlier today, Stanford would knock off Duke 3-1. We have Oklahoma, the team that I said would win it all. Boomer Sooner. Again, another dominating season they had. Ladies and gentlemen, 51-1. They lost one game. 51-1. Let that sink in. They lost one game all season long. They won 51 games. They are awesome. Oh yeah, man, absolutely. Fury and Usyk would be a good fight coming up. Mike C. And he also says my BU Terriers got eliminated from the tourney. Yeah, man, tough go for the Terriers, but I think they'll be back next year for sure. So, moving forward today, we got Texas and Tennessee, Oklahoma State and Oregon. It's an elimination game. Oh, no! Also, Florida State and Georgia, another elimination game here. Remember, Oklahoma State wins it, they go. Florida State wins it, they go. Also, moving on, we got Northwestern and Alabama going at it, Louisiana and Washington, and San Diego State go Aztecs taking on Utah. So that's what we got going on today. Oh, it's going to be good. We got lots of great softball coming your way, and that is it. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah, BU, Mike says here, the BU Terriers were 52-10. Man, they played 62 games. That's absolutely amazing. But crazy to see that, man. So moving forward into a little bit of NCAA baseball. Well, we're just finishing off the tournaments here, you guys. I'm not going to get into all of them because, well, there's a lot of them. But I'll tell you, we can talk about the teams who look really, really, really good because, well, we got Selection Monday coming up on Memorial Day on Monday. Oh, my goodness. Who's going where? Wake Forest played the best this year. Oh my gosh. Wake Forest looked good. 45-9. Played extremely well. Florida at 42-13. Stanford, number 3 at 37-14. Arkansas at 39-15. LSU at 42-13. Just a couple of great teams that we are going to see in this tournament coming up. The regionals getting ready to start, I believe, on June 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a few weeks out. Man, those regionals, or next week actually, regionals are going to be a lot of fun to watch for some NCAA baseball. And also, you guys, Super Regionals are done this weekend. That means the Women's College World Series, if I'm not mistaken. Also, the first game of the Women's College World Series starts on the 1st as well. So, Women's College World Series starting next week. The Men's Regional starting next week. Oh, it's a great time. I love the summertime. Lots of great action going on the Diamond. So, we'll keep you up to all that good stuff coming up. And there you have it for the Diamond. Also, just so you guys know, yes, there is. I know the NPF went under because of stupid COVID, but we got to make sure we are showing love, of course, to the Professional Fast Pitch League. Yes, there actually is one. The NPF went under, but there is a new league that arose, and that league is none other than the WPF Women's Pro Fast Pitch. That season with only 4 teams, okay? The Smash It Sports Vipers, the USSSA Pride, which we all know about them being extremely strong in every league they've ever been in, and of course the Oklahoma City Spark, and the Texas Smoke. Well, that season will get underway, I believe June 15th is the first day for that, so really excited for that, and get ready for all those good things coming your way in Women's Pro Fast Pitch right here in Marietta, California. Let's not forget Miss Sierra and Sydney Romero. They're graduates from Vista Marietta High School. They were the top. Sierra Romero holds the home run record in the NCAA. Played for Michigan. Sydney Romero, her sister, was a beast at Oklahoma. And, well, those two ladies are going to be playing somewhere professionally on one of these teams. I think they're playing for the Pride, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, so be ready to watch lots of awesome stuff there going down. And you gotta love it, right? So, alright, with that said, also gotta show some love, you guys, to, and you have to, because I love watching this every single year. The lacrosse tournament, y'all. The NCAA lacrosse tournament, of course, they are both going on as we speak. We have the brackets going, and, well, we're getting close to the championship. Once again, that is on the 28th, 2 days away. And, well, we still got to figure out who's going to play in it, though. So for the women right now, awesome stuff. We have the Northwestern, of course, taking on Denver, and Syracuse taking on Boston College. You gotta love that, right? You have to love the hate between two states. Syracuse, a New York team. Boston College, well, that right there is a Massachusetts team. Well, they're facing off this week. The winner will go to the championship to face, once again, Northwestern taking on Denver. That championship will be played on Monday, the 28th, the 26th. Or actually, I'm sorry. Wow, they moved it. Looks like, yeah, no, it is. I'm sorry. It's on Sunday, tomorrow. Or, I'm sorry, in a couple of days. I'm all over the place. But they will play on Sunday. Coming on up. By the way, Tara wants everybody to know, yes, the NVA, and we'll get into a little bit of NVA right now. They're going to be coming on up in next week. Go Matadors. We talked about them moving on up. But also NCAA lacrosse. You gotta get into the men's bracket too, baby. Oh yeah, because this is going to be good. They also are in the Final Four of their tournament right now as well. And, Mike C here in the chat room. Who knew? Go BC. Yeah, man. You gotta follow everything. That's what the beauty of sports, right? You gotta get into everything. All the goodies, because there are so many. So, Final Four for the men's right now. We have Duke taking on Penn State, and that is coming up tomorrow. And also Virginia taking on Notre Dame. Those games are going on tomorrow. The ladies play tonight, and the guys play tomorrow, the Final Four. And then tomorrow on Monday, that's right, or I'm sorry, in a couple days on Monday. Once again, I'm all over the place. I'm a teacher, you guys. My head's all over the place. But Monday, of course, Memorial Day. Well, we're going to see who is it going to be. Virginia taking on Notre Dame once again, and Duke taking on Penn State. The winners will meet on Monday, and we're going to crown our champion. So there's a whole bunch of good lacrosse there. Also, you guys, as Taryn was saying, man, the NVA is awesome. Our boy Taryn Rodriguez has been every single time they've been playing. They meet at Long Beach City College. I got to play versus them at RCC a long time ago. Great school. But yeah, man, coming up this weekend, lots of great action. And I'll tell you right now, I love me some NVA, man. We really want to try to get out there, Cecilia and I, to watch them. Whenever we could, really, but we're trying. We're trying to get out there. But as of right now, man, oh my goodness, I love it. So taking a look at some of these teams, oh man, the Ramblers. This team right now, 3-1, looking freaking strong. Of course, the Wild also. They are a 3-1 team, and another 3-1 team in the American League, the Stingers, at 3-1. Then, of course, we have the Matadors, my team, coming out of the Inland Empire. You know, they're okay. They're 500, 2-2. The Exposure, 1-3. They got a little bit of an issue there. And the Founders, well, they're not looking too founderish as they're 1-3 right now. And then into the National League. Oh my goodness, the Tyrants. They're currently 4-0, the only undefeated team in the entire NVA, the National Volleyball League. They have the Freedom, who are currently 3-1, the Stunners, who are currently 3-1, and then we kind of just fall off. A team that I tease Adam about all the time, because his team is, from Chicago, the Untouchables. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you have a name, the Untouchables, if you are 1-3? Oh, wait. Go ahead. I mean, seriously, y'all. They're the Untouchables. No one is supposed to touch you. They better reconsider. I'm sorry. They're 1-3 on the season. They need to get their crap together if they're going to have that kind of name. All right. I mean, let's just be real. That reminds me of that movie. Remember that spoof movie, the football movie? And they were the Unbeatables, and they played in the toilet bowl. Remember, what movie was that? Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, then we have the Blaze currently at 0-4. I guess it could be worse for the Untouchables, right? At least they won one game. And the Pythons at 0-4 as well. Once again, that's the National League. But yeah, so Taryn says, after this weekend, only 2 events remain in the regular season. Playoffs are the last week of July. Really excited for that. Our boy Taryn Rodriguez, man. Give him a follow at Taryn Rodriguez. He's the man. He's great. He does a great job. And by that, Taryn Rodriguez won, that is. And make sure to follow Set Point as well. Oh my gosh, so much great stuff going on at Set Point. Follow him at set_point.ie every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, man. This guy takes you into the world of volleyball. There's so much. He gets covered the AVP tournament. He's there. The guy goes. He gets a hotel. He works. Like, the dude is there. Like, we love him for that. He does a great job. If you want more volleyball, catch him every single week. He's going to be talking plenty more about that coming up in just about 12 minutes on the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. So, anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and take ourselves one more break. When we come back, we got millions of more sports. Oh, you don't even know what we can do in 10 minutes, you guys. Oh, you don't even know. Stay tuned. You're listening to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Will be right back talking plenty more after this.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., and I'm welcoming you to take another lap with the fastest show on IE Sports Radio. Yes, this is the Extra Mile with me and my co-hosts Christopher Lehman and Michael Ward. We talk everything racing from NASCAR to IndyCar to Formula One to limited hydroplanes, endurance racing, the NHRA, and more. So come join us for an hour of great racing talk and a lot of fun as well on the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 8 p.m. only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Dentarius Locke.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys spending time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No, not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on the defining moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Let the sports come to you, and we got a whole bunch coming to you in just a few moments here. So, MLB really quick, y'all. I'm just going to let y'all know really fast. We're going to go run through the divisions, but my goodness, the Tampa Bay Rays are absolutely destroying everybody. 37-15 on the year. How about that team leading right now by 3 games in the AL East? AL Central, my goodness, the Minnesota Twins, they're winning by 3, or they're leading by 3 games right now, looking pretty dang strong. Ahead of the of the Tigers. This is a good baseball team that could, I don't know, I could see this team being a decent playoff team this year. So in the AL West, the Texas Rangers, who would have thought? They were like bottom of the barrel a couple of years ago, and here they are at 31-18, leading the West by 3 games. Into the National League, we have here the Braves at 31-19. Oh my goodness, this team looking good, leading the rest of the NL East by 5.5 games. In the Central, we got a tight race as per usual, right? But the Milwaukee Brewers leading by 1.5 games over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh being pretty surprising this year. And then, of course, we're going on into the West, where the Los Angeles Dodgers, 31-20 on the year. They're leading by 1.5 games, though, over the Diamondbacks. Oh, it's going to be exciting. Be ready, y'all. The series of the week, by the way, one ending on Sunday Night Baseball. Phillies and Braves. If I'm not mistaken, I think they already no, they did not get underway yet. I'm sorry. All right, Phillies and Braves, they are getting down coming up today, 4:20 p.m. Pacific time, 7:20 p.m. Eastern. Gotta look out for them. That is always actually, they started yesterday. I'm sorry, that's game 2. Yesterday, the Braves won game 1, 8-5 over the Phillies. So, anyway, guys, so that's a little bit of MLB talk there. Into the MLS, just want to let you guys know my Galaxy sucks. That's pretty much it. Just kidding. So Cincinnati looking very, very strong right now, atop of the East at 9-3-1. Nashville at 7-4-3, and New England, the Revs, of course, 7-3-3. In the West, LAFC looks dominant. Only lost 1 game this year. They drew 4, but they won 7. Seattle looking good at 7-2-5. St. Louis at 7-1-4. Lots of great games coming your way. Can LAFC just keep on doing their thing? They got themselves a nice little matchup coming up on Saturday. Well, the Galaxy's got Charlotte, so there you go. And, of course, LAFC, I do not see them on here. So this is, I guess, a great time for soccer. I hope you get more into soccer. The next time, by the way, I just want to throw this out there, LAFC will play, I believe it's coming up next week. But as of right now, once again, if you love soccer, this is a great time to get more into it, because the MLS is bringing great soccer, you guys. Also, the NWSL is bringing great soccer, and you gotta love it. We're going to go ahead and cue that music. We got so much more to get into, but we're going to cue it and get on out here in a few minutes here. But man, the ladies, New Jersey, New York, hashtag YERRRR. They're 5-1-2 on the year. Portland at 4-3-1, and also San Diego, the Wave, at 5-0-3. Let's go, Wave. Plenty of games coming up today. Portland will take on the San Diego Wave, and Kansas City will take on Houston. Also, y'all, coming on up, lots of WNBA. Man, the Sparks have played great. Absolutely great, and that's right. Taryn reminded me, LAFC is playing in the CONCACAF Finals. They got against Leon, so first leg in a couple of days. Hats off to them. Looking forward to them, and go LAFC. I'm not a fan, but I will cheer them on for CONCACAF. So, in the WNBA, the Sparks played a great game last night versus the Aces. Couldn't close it out. The Aces looking strong, though, 2-0 on the season. Connecticut, my goodness, 3-0. The Connecticut Sun looking strong coming out of the gates. Tonight, we got the Mystics taking on the Sky, and the Wings versus the Storm. Lots of great stuff coming up there. Also, make sure we're getting ready for the UEFA Champions League final. Man City taking on my team, Inter Milan. Looking forward to that on June 10th. Few weeks away, and we can't go any further, guys. Get to the last one we talk about today. Memorial Day weekend is here. It has arrived. Oh yes, we have arrived, you guys. Here it comes. The greatest weekend in all of sports, the Monaco Grand Prix. Who will win it this week? I don't know. Monaco kind of sucks, because the winner is usually whoever wins the pole position on Saturday. So tomorrow, who will win the race? Just kidding. We're gonna find out. It's a good little battle so far this year, kind of, in Formula One. Verstappen leading 119 over Sergio Perez with 105. Go Sergio Perez. Verstappen, he's, good driver, but I don't know, it's more of a Perez guy. Anyway, the Indy 500. So many practices in the books. The previous winner last year, Marcus Ericsson, won it all. Who will win it this year? I'm going Helio Castroneves. I'm so excited. One of the greatest races ever created, ever invented. I'm so excited for that race coming on up. And then, of course, the World 600, if you will, the Coca-Cola 600 in NASCAR. Oh, man, the endurance race. No one doing double duty yet. If you want to hear more about double duty, actually, we got a driver next year, Kyle Larson, the first one to do it since, I believe, 2004. 20 years since Kyle Busch did it last time. But you gotta love it, man. It's awesome stuff. The double duty. Who's going to run Indy and Coca-Cola 600 next year? Kyle Larson. Hear more about that with Daryl Kinsey Jr. tonight with my beautiful wife, Cecilia, and I on the Sports Color Perspectives at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. But that race is going to be great. I'm going to go. That's a tough race to go, but I don't know. I might just take Larson. So, awesome stuff there. Last week, of course, the All-Star race. And, well, that was a fun one. Definitely a fun one. Kyle Larson won it all there, so let's see if we can go back-to-back weeks and win it here. But we shall see. And then, of course, coming on up tomorrow, well, Denny Hamlin won it all at Charlotte last year. Can he win it again this year? We'll find out. So, anyway, with that said, you guys, my name is Larry B. You can follow me at THEE_LB53 on Twitter. You can follow us all as a whole all over the place on social media at IE Sports Radio, all over the place. Check out IESportsRadio.com. Show us some love. We are all over the place on there. Check out all of our hosts. Get to know them. Check out their shows. All the good stuff, as always. Big shout out to our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible. Big ups to all of you guys out there, the fans, because without you guys, we are not possible. And of course, we just want to say thank you to everybody, our Patreons. Show us some love. We thank you all for tuning in. The chat room, Taryn, Mike C, everybody, y'all. The defining moment is back, and we're going to see y'all next week. This is me, your boy Larry B. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.